Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Sam Fury Show. Today, we're discussing Chapter 8 of The Message Game, written by Icewhite. Chapter 8 is titled, Timing, How Long Should You Wait?
Ever spend way too long staring at your phone after you get a text from someone you're into, trying to figure out the exact right time to respond?
No, absolutely. Like, it's a whole thing.
It's like this weird power dynamic that unfolds in those little text bubbles.
Yeah.
And apparently, it's a thing because today we're diving into the very real world of response times in text conversations. We've got some fascinating excerpts here from the book, The Message Game, specifically on how this plays out in dating.
It's such a common anxiety in modern dating, isn't it?
It totally is. Like, does responding too quickly make you seem desperate?
Right.
But if you wait too long, are you, playing it too cool?
Totally. You're sending the wrong message.
So how do you strike that perfect balance? Well, the Message Game has a really interesting take on this.
Yeah, they introduced this idea of the 150% rule, which I find so fascinating.
The 150% rule. Okay, break it down for us. What's that all about?
So basically, it suggests waiting at least 150% of the time the other person took to get back to you.
Okay, so if someone takes, say, 30 minutes to respond to a text.
You'd wait about 45 minutes before responding.
Interesting. So not immediately firing back an answer, but also not waiting hours when you could have just responded.
Exactly. It's like you're showing that you're interested, but not so interested that you've just been staring at your phone waiting for their message. You know, you have a life.
I can see how that would be attractive, especially in the early stages of dating.
Totally.
Now, this doesn't mean you should be setting timers for every single text message, right?
Right, exactly. The book emphasizes that context matters.
Yeah.
Like, if you're trying to make plans to meet up in, like an hour.
Yeah. Hey, you free for coffee?
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to wait 45 minutes to respond to that.
You got to strike while the iron's hot.
Exactly. And same thing goes for those initial interactions on dating apps.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You match with someone and they send a message. You don't want to wait too long to respond because they might move on to the next match.
Totally. Okay, but what about those times when someone takes, days to respond? We've all been there.
Ugh, the worst, right?
The worst. So does this 150% rule still apply in those situations?
Not really. The author suggests that in cases of extended silence, like a day or so is a pretty appropriate time frame.
Okay, so basically mirroring that extended silence, but within reason.
Exactly. Don't play yourself. If they're not putting in the effort, you don't need to either.
So true. It's a two-way street. And on that note, what about demanding explanations for their silence?
Ooh, yeah, the book talks about that, and basically, it's a no-go. It can come across as super needy and honestly a bit desperate.
It's like the digital equivalent of hovering over someone waiting for an answer.
Exactly. Like, chill out, let it breathe a little.
Give them some space.
Yes.
I'm really liking the advice from this Message Game book.
Me too. It's really insightful.
It's really making me think differently about all those little text interactions.
Yeah. It's like there's this whole unspoken language that we're all trying to navigate.
Totally. Well, for our listeners out there, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this whole message timing thing. Have you experienced this in your own lives? How do you handle those response times in your own relationships? Until next time, happy texting, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Sam Fury Show. If you found this episode useful, let us know with a like, follow, and share. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to visit samfury.com and join the free newsletter. As a subscriber, you'll receive access to all the original book summaries, which you can download as PDFs, no more than one email a week, containing a roundup of the latest posts and exclusive content, which is only for the mailing list. It's completely free to join at samfury.com.